Hello, everyone, and welcome to Speak Your Truth podcast. I'm Kristen Bomas, and we are on a conscious journey to enlightenment. I thank you for joining me. Today is the first full week in June, LGBTQ Pride Month, and a great month to celebrate our community. And I thank you all for joining me on this podcast as we look at this month as a whole. And so we're going to look at what has gone on with Pride Month over the years, how it's being celebrated as a nation, as a community, as a people, and a little bit about where we are as a community and as a people. I want to speak mostly to the community and to the Americans to understand that there is no difference between the LGBTQ community and whatever the rest of the country is. Whether we're gay or not gay, we're still either gay or not gay. That just doesn't even matter. So why is this month not celebrated by us all? So we all know at this point that our president, again for the second straight year in a row, is not honoring the LGBTQ month. And I'm sorry for laughing, but he has found the great outdoors and the home ownership and the this and the that and this that is going to be honored. And that's okay. Whatever, we can honor everything. But it really, what it's done inadvertently is brought focus to the fact that LGBTQ is missing out of the equation. So in that awareness, we all now are talking more about why he's not talking about it, which is a different kind of awareness, and maybe in the long run a more profitable awareness, because it's so obviously being ignored, it's being focused on. So I want to look at what that means for us and as a people. The other thing that inadvertently is happening, unfortunately, is that it is bringing a focus to the racism, the bigotry, the discrimination. That's the word I want. And so as we look at that and we look at what's been happening in our country and we look at what happened in Orlando just a few years ago, we also want to make sure that in this month we talk openly about merging as one, so that there is no differentiation for the community. The community is just a community. Why does it have to be a community separate? Because that's what we've created up until now. So let's take this month to look at that and see if we can also undo this bigotry, this discrimination, this isolation that is being reinforced by the absence of acknowledging Pride Month. So someone said in all of this that this is a pattern, this lack of recognition, this discrimination, this not wanting to align yourself with the gay community is something that's been trending in politics for a long time, and it's the norm. And what isn't the norm is the acceptance and the embrace and the love that's been growing over the last 8, 9, 10 years. And you know what? I'm not going to say it that way. I think that's really a sad way to say it. The norm had become growth. It had become unity. It had become acceptance, not tolerance. It had become oneness. Even though that's unity, it's more. And I'm not willing to let go of that. And I hope you aren't either. So let's not let people frame it that way, and let's frame it in another way. We are on the path of strengthening the bonds of all of us as one in our diversity, to be a country of equality, of acceptance, of compassion. We are here to embrace everyone and to be embraced by everyone. And we aren't going to let one or two or even 10,000 people stand in the way of the millions of us who believe in the embrace of diversity. And I guess I have a very special passion for the LGBTQ community, because if it wasn't for their support, I wouldn't be here today. And so I give my support back to the community. as much as I can, and I feel like I haven't been able to be as much of a support today as I used to be. So if this podcast can reach the lives of people in the community and the people who love and embrace and support the community, then I've reached all of the people I wish to bring together as one today. I have no room in my heart for judgment, for prejudice. I don't understand it. I do understand it, but I don't want to understand it. And it's something that at this month and with what we're going through, I want to see us break out of the bonds. I will be talking as the month goes on about the federal courts, the Supreme Court decision on the baker in Colorado. We're going to be talking about that as we come up in the month. We're going to be talking about a lot of issues that are hitting the inequality for the gay community as we go through this month. And I'm not going to be shy about being strong, about bringing this together in a unified way. So I'd like to hear from all of you about where you stand on this. And that's how we're going to take the inadvertent the avoidance of Pride Month being an inadvertent advertisement for us to have a loud voice. So let's raise our voices. Let's find the voice that we each have on behalf of the LGBTQ people. I'm not even going to say community because I want it to be all one. Then let's make ourselves be heard. Let's use that void and fill it with everything that is love and acceptance. Let's bring in equality. Let's bring in our human rights. Let's bring in everything that we believe in loud, because somebody has parted those waters so that we can walk right through the middle and be seen, clear, precise, and without doubt that we accept nothing less than love, unity, and acceptance. We will not tolerate tolerance. So I want to thank each of you for thinking about this rather than just listening to it. Go beyond what's happening. Get outside of the battleground. The battleground doesn't do us any good. The battleground creates the parting of the seas. Stand right in that clear void. Let's all march together. When that Pride March takes place in your community, you stand in the parade on the sidelines, and you stand and you have a voice supporting freedom, supporting equal rights, supporting human rights, supporting unity. Let's use this void to our advantage. And as for any racism or bigotry or discrimination that comes out of it, and they think it's okay to use the absence of talking about it and the president not supporting it to be an okay card to play, there are too many of us to ever think about going against. And we respect ourselves and one another way too strong to let someone with such disrespect to cross our line. Let's stand strong. Let's stand in our belief and our knowing. And let's make sure that for every LGBTQ person we love with our heart, that we protect, we stand, and we have a voice. Stand strong. Stand strong. And let this be a month of great pride, great unity, and great love. Thank you. Be sure to take a minute and subscribe to the channel, because on another note, we are looking to build our audience for obvious reasons. And so please take the time to hit that subscribe button, if you will, and know that I will be talking a lot about Pride Month on Facebook this month as well as every week. So please join me, and please know that my heart and soul are with the LGBT community in this month and always. Thank you very much.